Wow, this is an awesome hike. Right across from where I'm camping, up to some dinosaur tracks. There's my campsite. In fact, I can see my RV right there. I can see the van that I'm parked next to, and I can just make out the top of my RV. And then you just go down, and there's part of Kanab over there. Okay, here I am. It's been 5 years since I've been in this spot. Look at these hills down here in the desert. There's something going on over there. I'm parked here in this spot. There's some event going on over there. I made it to Kanab. It's I haven't been back here in like 5 years, and I'm kind of glad to have been back here. I'm in the exact same spot that I was in my previous RV. Tomorrow I'm thinking about moving to the camping spot. There's a canyon just up that direction as you kind of go out of town on the 89, and there is some BLM camping down kind of by a river over there that I'm planning on moving over to, that a buddy of mine sent me to, that he stayed at. I've been parked by this big box motel, and I don't feel comfortable being here for too long. I don't know how tolerant the city is. Back in 2019 when I was here, I was in this spot for like 3 or 4 days, but I don't want to push my luck. So I have work to do this morning, and I'm actually kind of late getting to it. I've got to get done. And then my plan is to go to the BLM parking spot. My only hesitation is I don't know what the internet's going to be like there. You know, how good my Wi-Fi signal is. But I'm going to try it. So what I'm doing this morning is I'm driving the RV. I'm going to go to this little cafe that I've been going to in the morning and working. I actually went by, oh, look at that Airstream. I went by the McDonald's here. There's a McDonald's. The McDonald's is like a good backup. Like if I'm in a place, like when I was in Idaho, there were a couple small towns that I passed through that I would just stop at a coffee shop or at a McDonald's and work, because they're usually pretty good for that. But this one was small inside. It didn't have much seating, and there was already a guy there who was on his computer working, and there was no place to sit. And it's actually just around the corner. It's just, you can see it right there. There's the McDonald's. It's only about 1.5 miles to the camping spot. Okay. There's the Perry Lodge. That's a sort of a historic hotel here in town. I went and checked that out the other day. So I don't know much about this hotel, but it looks like it's sort of an important vintage part of this town. In fact, if you look over here, look at this vintage car. So this vintage car was here when I was 5 years ago, and obviously it was here a lot longer before that, but wow, isn't that cool? So Kanab has this thing of mixture of 1940s, 1950s with old Wild West, the mixture of movies having been made here depicting the old Wild West during the 1940s and 50s and 60s. So you see all of these signs commemorating people that made films here. And just down the street is a museum. Oh, look at this, Ronald Reagan. 40th President of the United States, Destination Kanab, Utah, Utah's Little Hollywood, television series, Death Valley Days, host 1960. That's cool. So just down the street, oh, look at this, Dan Haggerty. Starting out as a professional stuntman and animal trainer, Dan Haggerty, after numerous parts, was cast in the lead in the film The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams. The film was an enormous hit. Then Dan went on to star in well-loved television series of the same name. Don Shanks and Denver Pyle co-starred with Dan in the well-loved show. Many of the exciting and family-friendly episodes were filmed right here in Utah's Little Hollywood. That is so cool. So I'm just really curious about this. It just seems like some sort of a landmark to me. These are all films that have been filmed here in Kanab. So cool. So this is one of the cool things you find when you travel. You just stumble into kind of cool stuff like this. And then right here is this Iron Horse restaurant. It's really cool. You wouldn't know it until you walk inside of there. So they've got all these sculptures, these Iron Horse sculptures. And then right down here, there are more of these. So these are all over. Tim Holt, son of Western actor Jack Holt. Omar Sharif, Egypt's top actor. Huh. So this is really fun inside. It's just like a little recreation of an old Western town. Isn't that cool? I love it. Denny's Bathhouse, Kanab, Utah. That's awesome. Red Garter Saloon, Dry Goods Bank. Oh, look at this thing. This is cool. Great big bench with boots on the bottom. So yeah, this is a restaurant, but it's just a recreation of like an old Western town. So Kanab is really interesting. It's this mix of old and new. It's like a little mini St. George in some ways. says 14-day camping limit. Oh, there's another RV right there. Oh, and somebody's right there. Here I am in Kanab, Utah. I've got some very cool neighbors out where I'm camped. And I'm in this really awesome camping spot. Kanab, you can see the 89 right there. Kanab is just down around that bend. And I am just camped out here in this incredible spot. I have a friend that I camped with in Quartzsite, and he told me about this. And he gave me the exact location, and I came down here. And it is awesome. There's a creek right over here. So this is super cool. Look at this. Right by my camping spot is this really quiet creek. Oh, I should have put shoes on. Look at this. How rad is this? Oh, this is right by my spot. I'm right there. Oh, super awesome. I mean, just look at the countryside. So the sun sets over the mountains, so I don't get quite as much solar, but I mean, I'm still totally topped off. Right up over there, there's a ridge, which you can see. There are dinosaur tracks on that ridge. There's a little point that you can just see right up there. There's a trail up to there, and there are dinosaur tracks on there that I went and looked at the other day. I totally hiked up there, and there's a little parking lot at the base. Bump, bump, bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. Yep, there's the trail right there. Okay, so right up that direction are the sand caves that I went to yesterday, and there's my cute little scooter that I went to yesterday. So this is a hike up to some dinosaur tracks. So I was a little worried I didn't see any kind of signs, but in fact there are. So this is what we're going to do. Yeah, so the cool thing is I'm camping on BLM land right across the 89 right there, right on the other side, just down maybe a quarter of a mile. And from there, it's just maybe 1 mile into town. It's just awesome. It wasn't quite clear what the path was doing, but it does. It goes right up here. You see these markers that really help you to know how to stay on, stay on the path. So maybe right here. There's my little scooter. I love that they've got these so well marked. I mean, the path is pretty well walked, but still. Wow, this is really going up. There's my camp right down there. And then right around that bend is Kanab. Look how gorgeous these desert trees are. They just form such artistic patterns. Oh man, check out that slab. That does not look reassuring to me. So it's on top of this rise, this pile of rocks, as it were. At some point was the bottom of maybe a shallow riverbed or just a muddy embankment. A bunch of dinosaurs walked along there and left their footprints. Wow, we are all the way up here now. Look at this. Maybe this is where they are. Oh, yep. Look at that. Somebody put a circle around there so it's visible. Look at that. There's a dinosaur track. Man, that's so cool. Oh, wow, that's exciting to me. And then over here, so this must have been like some sort of wet environment. People have put these markers so you can see the dinosaur prints. And then another one here. Let me get my shadow out. Look at that right there. And then right here. That is so incredible. Wow. And then over here, a couple more. There's one, that one's really visible. That is so cool. So yeah, look at this. So amazing. Wow. One of the great things about camping by a creek like this, so you can just come out and put your feet in it, get grounded to the earth. But the thing that I'm fascinated by is looking at the ripple patterns of the sand underneath. When you go hiking around all of these hills, you see remnants of ancient little riverbed and creek beds like this. So right up over there, where you see clear patterns like this, you can see remnants of what would have been that waterway, that muddy waterway, shallow riverbed. You can see the ripples in the rock there. That probably would have been the bottom of that stream. Not so different than the stream that's down there now. There's somebody's dog. People have their dogs and they're running around. That's hilarious. Well, I lucked out. I got this spot there. Somebody else is going to try and come in here and park, and I got the good spot right there. So everyone is hiking up over here. Just look at this. Isn't this stunning? Okay, so the caves are just supposed to be up and around over here. If we swing around and look up, that's where everyone's going. That is where the caves are. Oh my gosh. So there's the 89 going north. So I think I talked to somebody and they said you have to sort of scamper up. Okay, here we go. It wasn't too bad. Oh. Okay. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay, there are the caves. Wow, this is super awesome. So that is where I just came from. You can see people off in the distance. It's not marked at all. Like, I totally missed it and walked a little bit too far. Howdy.
How are you?
Hi there, aren't you cute?
Excuse us.
Not a problem. People have carved their names. Modern day petroglyphs, I guess. And you can see up there, those indentations, in the sandstone are probably eventually going to turn into caves. I'm guessing. This is super cool. Howdy. So I guess these are just natural cave formations. There's a lot of wind through here. The air gets funneled through here. Check that out. Oh, look at the ceilings. Oh, this is so cool. There's no opening down there, but it goes for a while. It's funny, just look at all the graffiti. Because the sandstone is relatively soft, you could just rubbing your hand on it, it comes off. See that? Look at the pattern in the rock there. That's super interesting.
The different colors, look at that.
Little bit of natural wonders down here in southern Utah.
А все будут